Hello, everyone. This is your host, Wade Franson, created in the image of God, and I'm here today with the favorite part of my week, which is recording the sneak peek with a new guest for the show. This week's episode will be with Dr. Rosemarie Downer. It's episode 98, and she will be talking to us about the power of forgiveness. Welcome into the studio, Rosemarie.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Well, I couldn't be more excited about this topic and what I've learned about you. Rosemarie was originally born in Jamaica, where she lived for 12 years, then Canada for 7 years, and she's been in the US since, hails from Maryland. Rosemarie has her own podcast, which is All Things Faith Walk. And I'd like to invite you to join us as she shares her insights from an upcoming episode of that podcast, delving into the profound impact of forgiveness on spiritual growth, emotional healing, discovering one's purpose in ministry and life in general. Rosemarie, what is the nature of the ministry that you are conducting these days?
Mostly, I write nonfiction, faith-based books based on what the Father has given me to write. The latest book I wrote can be used in the faith community as well as in the business community, titled Leaders Are Like Giraffes. But most of my books are so far strictly, written for the body of Christ. And I do speaking engagements and training and retreats and things like that based on the books and other assignments.
Wonderful. And we're so excited to have you on this show, which is reaching out to pastors, church administrators, and others in that community, but also more broadly. And we're definitely going to be talking about your book and giving away a copy in the audience member who contributes in the chat and so forth, as we do every week. But getting more deeply into the specific topic of the show that we're having, you were sharing with me earlier this really wonderful sort of list of things that you're going to cover in that episode. I'd love if you could just unpack the list of what the audience can expect to get on the show when they tune in.
Absolutely. So on this show, we are going to talk about the root of unforgiveness. Where does offense start? We'll also look at why some of us get hurt so deeply, why it is so hard to forgive when we are hurt. We'll look at the implications of unforgiveness, the blessings of forgiveness, what going beyond unforgiveness look like, what going beyond forgiveness looks like, because there's a step beyond unforgiveness and there's a step beyond forgiveness. We'll talk about what those look like. So again, why do we hurt so deeply? Where does it come from? Why is it so hard for us to forgive? I also want to we'll talk about why do we offend others? Because many times when we talk about forgiveness, we're always talking from the victim perspective, but we must understand that while we are offended, we also offend others. So why do we do it?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that you're going to be talking about both sides of that coin, because I don't think we can actually honestly and truthfully forgive anyone without the recognition that we ourselves are sinners and we have also hurt others in similar ways, perhaps not as egregiously, and certainly we might have been a victim, but somebody else out there is also hurt and offended by things we do.
That's right. Yep.
So obviously, to the audience, you are not going to want to miss this show. I cannot wait to spend an hour in the studio with Rosemarie, inviting her to unpack all this. This will happen on May 14th at 8 p.m. Central Time, where Dr. Rosemarie Downer on episode 98 will be presenting The Power of Forgiveness. Do not miss it. And until then, may God be with you.